everybody. A warm welcome to the NFT show. I'm your host, Philip Kalinko, and tonight we're going to be looking at a market update and some cool projects that are mooning despite the terrible conditions that we are in. So let's jump straight into it. First of all, a market update. If we have a look here at the S&P 500, we can see it's a bit of a mixed bag at the moment, looking quite good actually. Some shares up, they were down earlier, so it looks like we might be getting a little bit of a reprieve on the stock exchange, even though I really do think it's a temporary reprieve. A lot of stuff going on. We had Powell talking today. Some figures came out of the States yesterday that weren't so great, which I think directly led to what we're seeing here on Bitcoin and Ethereum. And we can see here that 24 hours, we're 5% down on ETH. We've recovered a bit. We were 10% down about 2 hours ago. And Bitcoin, we also went under 20,000, but we've recovered a bit. We're sitting at 20,100. I do think it's really important that we realize that the macroeconomic situation has not changed, and we really are in for a good couple of months at the best of really choppy waters. So just be aware of that and plan accordingly. If we have a look at OpenSea daily volume, we see yesterday we had 17 million. The thing I've been noticing is that even though OpenSea volume is quite down, I've been monitoring the X2, Y2 volume, and that's really picked up. So if you have a look here, in the last 24 hours, they did 11,600 volume in Ethereum. So that is about $14 million. So, about a month ago, 2 months ago, there wasn't anything like this as far as volume goes at all. So we do have to add these together, to figure out what's happening on ETH NFTs. Obviously, we've also got LooksRare, but their volume has dropped a lot since OpenSea allowed collection-wide offers. But if we take 17 million plus 14 million, that's from X2, Y2, takes us to about 30 million. That's probably more realistic as far as where we're at. So just something that I wanted to point out to you. And so tonight's show, we're going to be looking at projects that are trending. But just to see what's been trending the last 24 hours, we've got Moonrunners, number 1. We're going to be looking at that quite deeply tonight. We've got the other deed. They did say that they're going to have gameplay in the next 2 weeks. 3,000 people are going to be able to play at the same time. And there was a bit of a pump there, quite a good pump over there, while people get used to that. I do think it's important to realize that if it disappoints, right, the gameplay, that I do think that these prices will come down, and also that this is still a long way away from actually being a playable game. So yeah, I didn't pick up any extra here. I didn't get rid of the one that I do have. I'm just staying put for now. We are seeing this continued art sort of meta playing out, with art projects doing really well, and art blocks curated at number 3 on the 24-hour chart. Got CryptoPunk sitting at number 4. Their floor price is about 66 ETH when I checked just before the show. We've got ENS Name Services doing really well at number 5. We've got Sphinx Underground, a Solana project, which I know nothing about, at number 6. Mutants just under 18. Bored Ape Yacht Club just over 90. Moonbirds have had a nice resurgence in the last couple of days, sitting at 20.65. We've got Sudfa by Melissa at 2.2. Clone X at 11.35. Also had a bit of a jump from about 10.5 yesterday. We've got Doodles at 13.6 Ethereum. They've got their auction today, in the next 24 hours coming out. I think in the next 4 or 5 hours actually, it's also complicated, to be quite honest, but they've got a different box of goodies that they're auctioning off, quite a big supply. So something to watch, because there might be opportunities for flips on that. We've got a pile of bones, a free mint that was yesterday's free mint. A lot of free mints happening at the moment, sitting at 0.04. Archetype sitting at 27 Ethereum, and another Solana project at number 15. If we have a look here at flips.finance, just to get an idea, last 24 hours, the highest volume was Moonrunners, we see there, but we just want to really see green versus red. You can have a look here. It's a bit of a mixed bag. Quite a lot of red as you get down the chart. Big winner is Sappy Seals. They 40% up in the last 24 hours, which is incredible. Then we've got Crypto Dick Butts up 25%. I've got no idea what it is, but it's at 1.5 Ethereum. We've got Admit One, which we've covered previously on the show, and they're really a good project. If you want to have a look, then search our YouTube, have a look at that. I did a nice review on them. So there are definitely some gainers. Dikenza, nice to see you, my friend. Been a while, Crocodile. Got a bit of alpha for you, mate. Stick around. I've got Gaz there. Nice to see you, my brother. All right. And then if we have a look at IC Tools, just to see right now what is trending. On the 5-minute candle over here, we've got Wizards, a free mint that's minting now on whitelist. With a 0.14 floor price, which is really, really good. Their web for free mint that's just launched, that will come down as supply goes up. So it's currently 1,700. I think it's a 10,000 collection. Their website's actually really, really decent. It looks like a relatively decent project, which is quite cool. What else is trending right now? We've got Tasties, another free mint of 5,000 supply. They open their whitelist mint. I think there's about another hour of that. Then it will go to public. It will definitely sell out at public, but they're getting some good volume over there. We've got another Wizards here, which is not the real one, so just be careful. Sitting at 0.01. People are obviously confusing this one over here for this one over here, so just be careful with that. The way you can tell is the one that's minting now has only got a 2,000 supply, floor price 0.14. Whereas this other one that minted yesterday that everyone's mistaking for the first one is at a very low floor price with 9,400. So that gives us a bit of an idea. We've got Gossamer Seed still doing really well, another CCO free mint that we're going to be covering in detail tonight. So that gives us a good overview on what's going on. All right, so these are projects that have minted in the last week or so that are doing well. We're going to jump into Moonrunners. I think before we do, very, very important just to mention with you guys that the free mint meta, you got to first of all always make sure that you're using a burner wallet. It's very, very important because even though a lot of them are legit, some of them are not. And also this CCO stuff that we're seeing, the same meta that we saw sort of with Goblin Town and all of that, which we are seeing with some of these projects, it's being copied, and there is always the risk that these free mints, even if they're doing well now, are short-lived, that they end up, not going anywhere. We have seen a drop in We All Gonna Die, a substantial drop. Remember, they're saying from the get-go, listen, this is a free mint, you own the rights to your NFT, there's no roadmap, and it's easier for them to walk away. So we got to keep that in mind and just always be careful with regards to that. All right, so let's jump into Moonrunners. Let's have a look at the statistics that we got going on here. 10,000 collection, 4,700 unique owners, 47%. Floor price just under 0.4. They went above 1 ETH, and we're also seeing a lot of sales on rarer traits that are way above 2, 3, 4 ETH, which is always bullish. This amount of volume in this market is absolutely incredible for free mint projects. 6,800 ETH, and this project's only been trading for a week. So that really, really is a huge amount of volume. Very important to just give it its props. I mean, today alone, there's been 2,268 sales today alone. So just to show you, they revealed straight away. There was no delay in that. This is what they are. They look a little bit like a Moonbirds inspiration, that these guys got inspiration from Moonbirds. It gives me that vibe, just they front-facing, the pixels, and the character. I mean, if you zoom out of this, some of them do look actually like Moonbirds. And the thing about this is that they've said that they've gotten that the metadata is going to change at every full moon, which makes it quite interesting. And I think people are really interested to see what's going to happen with regards to that. Their website is very basic. So if you jump onto their website over here, you can see it just basically says no roadmap, no Discord, CCO, instant reveal, 7.5% royalties, 500 for the team, story driven. It's time to assemble your wolf pack, right? And it says here the Moonrunners are taking over a collection of 10,000 handcrafted PFPs. For the longest time, this wolf pack lived in harmony and peace on the primordia among humankind, but 1 month would change the course of history forever, and now the crimson full moon is coming once again. So I do like the fact that they've got this lure, and that the full moon is going to change them. I think that's something that's a bit different. But since we saw Goblin Town, we're seeing that this type of setup is becoming more popular. Free mint, no roadmap, no Discord. Team is obviously not docs. So again, be cautious with it, but definitely one that we have to watch. And again, there is smart money in it, and there are guys buying well above floor, which is incredible considering. And I'll just show you some of these sales. Saw one earlier for 2 ETH. There was one there that I saw for 0.6. There are literally so many sales that it's just, this is just the last 30 minutes. There's definitely volume over here for sure, like really good volume. Here you see 35 minutes ago, this guy was sold for 1.45 Ethereum, which is almost 3-4 times the floor. So yeah, it does also seem to me like, people are excited with this type of lure and the unknown and the mystery of it. So very, very interesting project. Where people are speculating at the full moon event that there'll be werewolves that come out as a result of it. Also, the royalties are being directed into the DAO, and there is already over $1 million in there, and that's another good sign. The fact that they're putting the money in the DAO, and so the royalties so far, are not going directly into someone's wallet as it stands now. So it does suggest that they have a plan and that they have conviction. So also having Twitter Spaces making werewolf sounds. If we jump here, their Twitter account, they've got 34,900 followers, and you can see here good interaction on their tweets. So yeah, interesting one to watch, guys. As I said, I do think it's important with these free mint metas to know that they are riskier than when you've got a team behind it and you know exactly what you're getting involved in. But as some people say, the greater the risk, the greater the reward. So that's up to you. I'm personally not getting into these type of projects at this point of time. I'm remaining more cautious, right? Which is my way. So to jump from that to Lacoste, a well-established brand in the space, and anyone who knows me knows that I'm incredibly bullish on these real-life, real-world brands, right? Your Nikes, your Adidas, Gucci. I really am, especially when it comes to the sort of clothing meta, because I feel that fits really perfectly, the clothing meta, into metaverse. Right, because you can dress your characters up, your NFTs, with your favorite Lacoste shirt or Nike shoes or whatever it may be. So really bullish generally on brands coming in the space, especially well-established brands, and Lacoste is definitely one of those. A well-recognized, well-respected brand, and it also means that they're not relying on the proceeds from mint to build. This is, part of their marketing budget. They're going to deliver no matter what. So here we have a collection, 11,212, which makes sense because 1212 is part of their branding. And it says here it all starts with a crocodile. Lacoste is entering a new era with the launch of Lacoste Underwater Experience. Web3 pioneers will be able to join the iconic brand as they take members on a journey to experience collaborative fashion in a new creative way. So you can see here, floor price 0.22, 7,800 owners on 11,212 collection. So that's about 70% or around there. And they've done 1,900 volume. They haven't been revealed yet. If we have a look at their activity over here, you can see about 2 weeks old. And yeah, people are waiting, and this, waiting to see what happens. There was a bit of a dip here, and it's now recovered a bit. But I do think it's very, very, very bullish that any collection of over 10,000 could sell out in this environment. The mint price was 0.08 Ethereum. So the current floor price 20.22, you 3x as it stands now. I also like the royalty. I think that's a fair royalty of 4%. It's always a warning sign to me when that's over 5. 5% is acceptable. Anything over 5 is a bit of a warning sign to me. It just means they're trying to get as much out of it as possible. So yeah, I definitely, knowing that it's Lacoste, they do have long-term vision for this project. This is their entry into the metaverse. There's a lot to play for. You can see here, this is the account that they use for this NFT collection. It's their normal Lacoste account, 1 million followers. And if you scroll down enough, you do see them talking about the NFT here. So if we just go down, all tennis. Okay, so here we go. You missed our last AMA about our Genesis pass underwater. Time to join our Discord. So they are using the same account. Interesting for me, obviously there's pros and cons because they get the following of 1 million people, which is a huge pro. Every tweet that they post here has got better viewers. But on the other side, it gets confusing for someone who's just interested in the NFT, because as you saw, we had to sort of scroll down in order to see any NFT news. With that said, they do have their Discord, so you can jump in there if you don't want to follow them on their Twitter. They really were ballsy to release in this market. Just show you on their website over here. So Lacoste is entering a new era with the launch of Lacoste Underwater Experience. Web3 pioneers will be able to join the iconic brand as they take members on a journey to experience collaborative fashion in a new and creative way. Our project, for almost a century, Lacoste has innovated and revolutionized the world of fashion and sports. Join the community and dive into the Web3 with the crocodile. Members of Lacoste Underwater 3 community will have exclusive access to products, content, and created by the community for the community. Tag along with your crocodile in Web3. Then they say here round 1, which is basically the journey begins, and everything else is blocked out here. So again, this is a well-established brand. They definitely have got good plans for the space, and it's one that I did end up getting off the secondary, just one, and I'm happy to hold it and see where it goes. So a very safe bet. I think you're in good hands, and it's definitely going to be very interesting and one to keep on your radar. Then another one that launched in this market, Sneakerheads 5,000 collection, sold out. Again, very, very bullish, and they had a proper mint price of 0.25. So just the fact that they managed to sell out in this market at that price is incredible, and take my hats off to them. I really do. So you're looking here, you can see floor price is just above mint price at 0.289. 5,000 collection, which I do like. I prefer that to a bigger collection at this stage. 3,200 owners. So you're looking at a 64% owner distribution ratio, which is really, really good. It says here Sneakerheads is a collection of 5,000 NFTs designed by legendary artist and founder Ali Dawood. Over 40 meticulously designed 3D hand-drawn base models with unrivaled levels of details, capturing the look and feel and style of a sneaker like never before. This is a launchpad for community and collaborative-based infrastructure that will redefine the world of street culture and Web3. So if we have a look over here, just to give you an idea on the artwork, I do think that the artwork is well done, personally. I really do. You can see it's, all of them are sort of made from sneaker materials. You can see the amount of work that, in my opinion, that went into this. Whether it's your style or not, is subjective. But let's just open one to show you. I really do think that the detail and skill of the designer and the artist is really evident when you look at this. Really, really well put together and clean. And I really do like what they've done. So it also intends to be the launch pad. The team's focused on growing the sneakerhead community, and it isn't just another brand or NFT collection, right? Their goal is to create the largest sneaker community that gives power to the creators and the community. They've got 40 distinct models. That's what, so there's 40 different models. All of these are unique. And they're a canvas for physical and digital collaborations, which will bring real utility to sneaker culture. The Sneakerheads project was extremely hyped during the bull market. The collection floor price we've spoken about. So it's definitely exceeded expectations. Let's have a look at the activity quickly. 2 weeks old. You can see over here they've done a total of 2,700 Ethereum in the last 2 weeks, slowing down a lot at this point over here. So as is typical, you've got your hype cycle and then it goes down a bit. But definitely a long-term project in my opinion. And then they've got this thing where you can box your sneaker, right? Which basically is like nesting for moonbirds or staking, just to keep it easier. So if we jump on their website, I also think it's a well-designed website. Minting sold out. Don't know why it's scrolling. Okay, so this we've seen. I want to show you the boxing. Utility community brand. Here we go. So every sneakerhead knows when you buy a new pair of sneakers, you are faced with the decision of rocking or stocking, right? So if you're collecting it and it's a Jordan 1 of 1, you're going to keep it in its box. And if you want to wear it out, you take it out the box. So that's what they're working off. As sneakerheads, the Sneakerheads NFT also had to come with a stocking feature that allows them to be locked and stored without leaving your wallet. So you could have staked it, or as they call, boxed it as you mint it, right? The longer you stake your sneakerhead, the more benefits you accumulate. Over time, you'll unlock exclusive airdrops, collaborations, and other rewards. Collabs. At the heart of the sneakerhead culture is collecting and securing rare drops and one-of-a-kind collabs. Sneakerheads will deliver this through limited edition drops for holders in collaboration with artists and brands. Varied rarities pay homage to sneaker collecting culture, with the ultra-rare Grail drop defining a moment and secured only by the most dedicated. We don't just want you to collect and curate, we want you to own a piece of culture. Web3 brand, we know what that means. Community, it's very important to them, which is great because that's really what NFTs are about. You can see here the founders, you can click on them, they're all fully doxed. I was on a Spaces where I heard one of the founders speak. He really has a passion for this, has a passion for sneakers, and I do personally, in my own opinion, believe these guys will stick to this and try to deliver long-term value as best as they can. So one that I'm pretty bullish on, not financial advice, you must make your own mind up, but definitely a good project in my opinion. You can see here on Twitter, they've got 300,000, just under 300,000 followers, which is actually absolutely incredible. I just want to see here. For that amount of people, the engagement is quite low, in my opinion, in general on these tweets. Might just be the market, I don't know, but I would expect to see with 300,000 people following, at least this being 10 times as much, like 3,000, but 600 retweets or something to that effect. Just trying to find one with more engagement. So not the best engagement in my opinion, but still definitely an interesting project. As I said to you, I like guys who think outside the box, excuse the pun. I really do, and come up with something unique and something different. They're not copying anyone. They've got a very clear vision for this project, and those are definitely projects that I like to be involved in and I like to watch. I have not purchased one of these. I did mint one, and I ended up flipping it, but it is one that I'm watching at this point of time. And then to jump straight back into the free mint meta with CCO, which means you've got rights over your NFT, like a no roadmap type project. We look at Gossamer Seed. So this is a collection of 10,000. It was free to mint. Incredibly, the floor price is 0.379, 3,400 Ethereum in volume, which is massive, 2 weeks old, really big considering the market. And also remember, when a project is free to begin with, to build up to 0.4 is really, really difficult, right? If you're at 0.01, to get to 0.02 is as hard as a 1 ETH project getting to 2 ETH. They're effectively 2xing. So really, really impressive, the floor price here and the volume that they've done. 10,000 items, 37% owner distribution ratio. Sales today, 347. And you can have a look here. So this is an interesting one because there's apparently a partnership with Epic Games, and they've also done productions before. We'll have a look on their website. So it might be something here. I really like this artwork here. It's really detailed and really, really nice. Have a look here. I mean, that's a different type of chart, and that's what happens with a free mint. They needed 4,000 sales to get from 0 to 0.1, which is incredible. There's 2,000 sales, so they 2xing, went as high as an average of 0.6, has come down and then back up. And I do think also there's a lot of market stuff going down, like today with ETH dropping 5%. That scares a lot of people, and a lot of people end up exiting. So an interesting chart for sure to me. And it just shows you how hard it is to build from 0 to 0.4. You really have to 2x a lot of times. So if we come onto their website over here, is this it? Okay, that is it. Let's jump onto their Twitter. I want to try open it again, see if anything else opens. So you can see over here 9,000 followers, so quite small, and that makes it even more impressive in my opinion, with what they've been able to achieve. They do have their Discord. I'm not going to put the sound on. Oh, maybe it is on. I just want to switch it off, otherwise we get copyright issues. So I mean, you can see the production quality is incredible. It makes me think of Pixies. What is that guy? Steals from the rich and gives to the poor. Peter Pan. It gives me very much a Peter Pan vibe. But check how cool. I mean, they've definitely got experience here in the production side of things, and that's really, really cool. And it's really a story-based project. On the work of Newbery winner Louis Laurie. He's the author of The Giver. The collection first launched on the 15th. So their Twitter hints at a new TV show and a Web3 series that is coming soon called Gossamer World. The entire project is shrouded in mystery, and this has got the collection to get to where it is. If I was looking at a free mint project and the production and the amount of time that's gone into this is definitely one that is on my radar and one that I'm really, really interested in, because you can see the quality of the work that they've done. This is definitely an experienced team in production, definitely. I mean, the way they've done this makes it seem like there might even be a game, just the way that they've done this. I mean, I really don't know, but makes it seem like that. But definitely, yeah, I mean, the quality even of this bio is incredible. So yeah, I mean, definitely an established team, that's for sure. Let's see what we got over here. It's still the same thing. And then you saw it said it was by Bronze Studios. That's the website, is the Bronze Studios website, which I'll take you to now. It's focused on creation, development, production, financing of motion pictures, television, and digital media content. So that's the studio behind this. So that, in a way, that does make this project completely docs, because it's by this studio. And here we can see that they are, it's easy for a project to say that, but when you see it on Bronze Twitter that verifies that they are indeed involved. So here on Bronze Twitter, it's pointing to Gossamer World, and on Gossamer World's Twitter, it's pointing to Bron, right? So that's really bullish. And if you go to Bron's website, you can see that this production company has gotten 32 Academy Awards and nominations, 34 BAFTAs, 13 SAGs, and 21 Golden Globes as a company before this NFT collection. And here you can see some of the series and stuff that they've worked on. I mean, Ghostbusters is incredible. So a very, very notable studio behind this project. So, you know, I think that there's a lot more than meets the eye in this project, and it's definitely one that I'm keeping on my radar for sure. So those are the projects, the four projects I wanted to bring you that I've been noticing. Let's jump into the comments over here. Dickens, am I still in goblins? No, I'm selling. I've sold my goblin. You know, now that they've doxed, I do think that I feel better about holding one, even though I don't. But I've been selling quite a lot. I'm trying to get a Moonbirds. So that's the reason. So I've been liquidating quite a lot to try and get to a Moonbirds when it comes down to about 15 to 17 ETH. I think. I don't know if that's clever or not, but I was in the spaces the other day, Moonbird Spaces with Kevin Rose, and I was quite impressed. And they have said in the next 60 days there's going to be a lot coming out. So even if it's just for a good flip, I do think to buy it at about 15, if you can get that, hold it for a month or two, I think I'll be able to offload that at 25 to 30 ETH all day. The question is, what will ETH be in 6 weeks' time or 8 weeks' time, right? Might be $500, in which case 2xing is pointless. I should rather just play the ETH market. So I don't have a crystal ball, but yeah, I'm trying to get a Moonbird. That's why I sold it, and I sold my duplicator. I haven't sold my doodle. I'm still holding it. I'm waiting for a bigger pump to possibly offload that. But I sold my Moonbird Oddity as well, to try get a Moonbird. So yeah, I'm trying to get a Moonbird. That's why. But I do like goblins, and I do think now that the team is doxed, you've got the positive side of that is that fear that you're going to wake up and it's all going to be at zero because they rugged is gone. The negative is that unfortunately the unknown or you know, people think it was Bored Ape behind it and people and all of that mystery has gone also. Which, you know, makes me wonder if they could ever get to an 8 or a 10 ETH floor again. You know, that ever's a long time, but I'm saying in the next 3 months, 6 months, can they get to 10 ETH again without that allure and those, you know, wondering, is it people, is it Bored Ape Yacht Club or whatever, don't know. But definitely I felt better about it when they did docs, because I do know of the team. I knew of Illuminati as a collection, and yeah, so that's that. Okay, let's play it in order. Okay, so I think we're talking here about Moonrunners, right? Yeah, let's have a look here. Yeah, so I don't know why. And you know, let's jump back onto it. I mean, Moonrunners has had so much volume. They had 2,000 sales today alone. Just want to add this to screen quickly, guys. There we go. Yeah, 2,200 today alone. Yeah, I don't know. You know, I think you got to understand. So first of all, the first thing we had was goblins, right? This is my thinking on it. First thing we had was goblins, and goblins has really established this meta. Here you can see these guys are trying to do the same thing. They've got they've got the font, their own font or a different font, which was a Goblins thing. They're doing spaces where they're just making werewolf noises for an hour. They're doing free mint, no Discord, no roadmap, CCO, which is exactly the Goblin play. Just want to jump onto their website quickly. So I think there's a whole community of people that never got into Goblins, that have FOMO and that think that this might have the potential to pull another Goblin. And then people come and say, okay, but hold on a second. They're just copycats. Even their art looks like Moonbirds. They're doing exactly what Goblin's done. Why is this going to be there? Oh, no, we're different. We have in our smart contract, and they do have this in their smart contract, they have already programmed in this changing of metadata, which does take some effort and is good. So it shows that they have done a bit of work beforehand, at least a bit, possibly more than that. Maybe I'm not being fair enough to them. So that's quite positive. And then what else you had was the fact that they've been putting the money back into the DAO. The secondary money hasn't been touched, which anyone watching it carefully it makes them bullish, right? So again, at any stage they could pull that out and tell everyone that they gone, they're not going to be there anymore, because they aren't doxed. But they have put work into a contract, a smart contract that's doing this unique thing. So I think, people are also hungry for a flip at the moment. And there have been great opportunities to buy these at about this price, 0.3, and then sell it at like 0.7. I mean, it goes between there constantly. And also because of the rarities, and it does have really good rarities and a different sort of demand for different traits, there'll always be people that don't know that and will list a rarer trait for a cheaper price. And then guys who do know it and degens who are watching it very carefully and have studied the traits gives them an opportunity to pick up a flaw and flip it for 2x. So this is just a random example. I just want to see how long this person has held it for and what they paid. So here you can see this guy bought it. One guy bought it from this guy after mint at 0.075. This guy bought it at 0.38 and has been able to 2x to 0.75. So in a market that's boring at the moment, the NFT market, right? And very little degen opportunities, very little flip opportunities. I think that people are just also, I mean, look at this, 4.4 Ethereum. People are just excited to have something to play with where they can, do well. I mean, this is incredible. You don't see 5 of these sales for nothing, honestly. I mean, obviously there's a rare trait here, but you can see, I mean, 16 hours ago, this guy, so he's actually selling at a loss, bought it for 4.9, he's selling it at 4.49. This guy sold it for 0.49. So if you know what you're doing and you pick up these rare traits, you can like 10x on it. But very interesting to see such high sales. I mean, that really is it just makes you wonder, is there something that people know that we don't, or is it just what I'm saying, an opportunity for people to come in and degen and get their fix? I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. Hope that answers you, Dickens. All right, guys, that covers everything on my side. Looking forward to Friday. Going to be Freestyle Friday with Cade. He's going to tell us all about NFT New York. We'll get into the latest NFT news, and we will talk about everything that we have been through this week in the NFT space. If you haven't already, come join our Discord. Would love to have you. Lots of alpha, completely free Discord. And yeah, would be really nice. If you haven't joined already, come join. The link is on our YouTube page, the link to our Discord. And if you haven't already, please subscribe. And if you liked today's video, please hit the thumbs up, especially when we're live. It really does help the algorithm. Thank you, guys. Keep well, keep positive. Know that this too will pass. Might be a long time before we see, the sort of ETH numbers and NFT numbers we were seeing, but this too will pass and we will fly again. All right, guys.